Hey guys, we're going to go ahead, get started. I want to thank you so much for joining me today and for taking 30 minutes out of your day to come hang out with me. I'm Amy Crane from Social Lab Marketing. I'm here every Tuesday at 2 p.m., 11 a.m. Pacific, covering a different topic each week related to Facebook ads. So every week, we'll cover a completely different topic. This week, we're going to talk about the 5 steps to creating an ad that converts fans into customers. Next week, we're going to dive into targeting, how to find your target market online, some tips and tricks for finding some pages that maybe you didn't know about where your audience could be hanging out. And I'll also show you how to target your website traffic and your email list. So that will be next week. So put that on your calendar, Tuesday, 2 p.m., 11 a.m. Pacific. So I promise no long, boring intro. I'm going to stick with that. So let's go ahead and dive in the 5 steps to creating an ad that converts fans into customers. And if you have any questions as we go through this, just pop them in the chat box. If you have a topic you want to see covered, you can put that in the chat box. You can also post it to our Facebook page. It's just Social Lab Marketing when you're on Facebook. So this might seem pretty basic, but it's so important because you can have all of your targeting options, all your bidding options, everything can be set up perfect on the back end. But if you don't have a strong offer, something that people get really excited about, your ads aren't going to work. So no matter what your budget is, it's not going to matter. You've got to have a really strong offer. So we want to create that offer and we want to create a really awesome headline, some cool images, our call to action. So we're going to break each one of those down into more detail. So creating your offer that your audience wants and needs. So if you want to build a list of raving fans, you need to know their pain points, their struggles, concerns, so that you can create a free offer around that. Now, if you're a brick and mortar store or you're retail, obviously it's a little bit easier for you. You can take, your top 3 best-selling products or your number 1 best-selling product and create a really cool promotion around that. But if you're a biz coach or a consultant, you probably work a lot one-on-one with people. So you really get into these conversations and you probably hear a lot of the same things over and over. So what are the 3 questions you get asked the most? There's a couple questions that I get asked constantly about Facebook ads. So if you can take those questions and turn that into your free offer or use that for a webinar or free training, that could be really effective. Because if you're hearing that question over and over, obviously that's something that your people, your audience needs. So if you're stuck and you're trying to come up with an idea of what to use for your free offer, or you need some topics for your webinar, one of the easiest tricks I know is to just Google it. I use Google for everything, and I don't know how I would make it through the day without Google. So let's say you get asked the same question a lot. So people always ask me, how do you use Facebook ads so they really work, so they're effective? So I just Googled how to use Facebook ads effectively. And if you scroll down to the bottom where it says searches related to, it will list other searches, other things that people are searching to that's related to that topic. So I just skimmed through this and Facebook advertising strategy stuck out at me. So I clicked on that, went to that page, scrolled all the way to the bottom, and Facebook ad formats jumped out at me for whatever reason. And I decided, you know what? I should do a free offer around templates. I should just share some of my templates, break them down. Here's my headline, here's my copy, here's my image, here's when to use this ad, why it works, and give that to people because I haven't seen a lot of people give away Facebook ad templates. So that was really, really effective free offer for me. And I got it just from going and playing around on Google for 5 minutes. And it can be really simple, especially if it's your free offer to get people on your list. It should be something they can consume in less than 5 minutes. So it doesn't need to be anything long or complicated. Keep it to 5 minutes and under. And that way, they don't know you, so they don't have a lot of time, right? We're all busy. But if you can give them one simple, really simple tip or trick that they can use to make their day a little bit easier, they're going to remember you. And when you start to send them other emails, they'll want to open those emails. And this is also a great way to get topic ideas for your webinar. So like I said, your free offer, if this is your free offer just to get people on your list, it doesn't need to be complicated. A quick video or audio, keep it under 5 minutes. A PDF, you could give away templates, a swipe file. Obviously, if you're a retail store or brick and mortar, promo code or sale, that's going to be your free offer, right? So maybe you give people 15% off for signing up for your email list, right? Or free shipping or some kind of VIP list that you have for your best customers when they're on your list. So here's what mine is, just 5 Facebook ad templates that rock. And I created this in canva.com. It didn't take me that long to create it, but it was really effective. And don't be scared to test out your free offers or your freebies. So I'll test one out. I'll test it out for about a week. And then once I've got one that works really well, then I put it on my website and it becomes my, my staple freebie that I'm constantly promoting. But test things out, because after a week, you should know whether or not it's good, if you're onto something, if you can make some tweaks or some changes, or if it's just something that people just aren't even interested in. So you've got your idea for your free offer. The next thing we want to do is create a really strong headline. This is what gets your ad notice. This is what gets their attention. So if you've got a really strong, really catchy headline, we don't need to be funny or cutesy with these. We want to be straight to the point, telling them exactly what we've got for them and why they need it. So something to keep in mind, and these are just some fill-in-the-blank examples that I pulled, but anytime you can add a number, like 7 steps to creating whatever the results are, or a time period, like 30 days to achieving your, whatever it is, a simple step-by-step system. That's always a really good one. Get started with blank in only 7 days. When you use that time period, that puts that thought in their head. They can start to visualize it. So it's like, oh, well, in 30 days, I could be doing this, or in 7 days, I could have this. That's awesome. I need to sign up for this. One simple way to solve whatever problem it is, if you tell me you can solve my problem with one simple thing, I'm in. I want to know exactly what that is. So be thinking of this when you're crafting your headline. I use 5 Facebook ad templates. I'm trying to think of the names of some other ones, but I always try to include a number or in 30 days or, something like that. So write out a couple different headlines that you think might work, and then you can start to test these out. Next thing we want to work on is we want to have benefit statements. This is what's really going to draw your audiences. This is what connects to them, lets them know that yes, you understand their pain, you understand what they're going through. So it answers the question, what's in it for me? We all get bombarded constantly with offers, free webinars, free trainings, whatever it is. So we need to let them know, because they're going through their Facebook feed and they're saying, well, yeah, but why should I sign up for this? What's in it for me? So what problem do you solve, and what are they going to get out of it? So if they're going to become more confident, if they're going to be able to close more sales, if they're going to have 1,000 new fans on their Facebook page, we need to let them know. So an easy way to do that is you can use the word "so that," and that helps to really drive home your benefits. It's just like a quick copy, trick that a lot of people use. It's just adding the word "so that" so people know what they're going to get out of it. And I've got a couple examples here. Grab a copy of my Close More Sales script so that you can start to close more sales with confidence. The one trick you need to know so that you're calm and confident the next time you have to speak in public. Sign up to get my step-by-step system for creating Facebook ads so that you can finally start making money with Facebook. So you see how that "so that" really brings in, it really ties in that benefit. So list out a couple different benefits for your offer. If they're going to be more confident, if they're going to, whatever it is, craft them out and then see how you can tie it in with the title or with your headline. Now, if you're doing something like a webinar, you'll probably want to list out a couple different bullet points so they know exactly what you're going to cover in the webinar. And I've got some examples that we'll go over at the end that shows you how to really bring all this together. So take some time, craft your headlines, pull together your benefit statements, and then we're going to start working on our images. And we really want our images to pop. We really want them to stand out. So a couple things to keep in mind when you are creating your images. One, try including your headline on your image. Two, adding a call to action to your to the image. For me, I've tested this out and it works really well. My conversions went up and my cost went down. So it really did make a difference to add that to my image. And I put it over the button where the button's going to be. So like they need to click that sign up button. That image hovers right above that. The like, it's right above the like button. So try that. Try including your call to action on your images and see if that helps. A couple things to keep in mind when you are trying to decide on an image. I always recommend, and especially if you're just getting started with Facebook ads, test out 3 images. Just start with 3 and see what you get. Try a headshot if you're the face of your business or your company. Your logo, if you've got a really cool logo, or maybe it's a more well-known company, try your logo. And then try a stock photo. Stock photos, you want to pull a picture that's going to evoke emotion. So what emotion are you trying to get across? Are you trying to pinpoint? Images, especially happy people, happy women, tend to do really well. And images that are yellow or orange do really well. And I actually tested this out with my free webinar image. I just wanted to test it out just to see. And it performed really, really well. So I don't know if it was the yellow or just the image or what, but it was interesting to test that out and to see. So keep that in mind. And I've got some resources for you guys on where you can pull some images from. So all the images you saw above, I pulled from Dollar Photo Club. And it's $10 a month, but you get 10 downloads. And then after that, it's $1 a download. And they've got some really cool graphics, really, really awesome stock photos in there that you can choose from. Another 2 that you can use, Pixabay and Compfight.com. These are free sites, so you need to be really careful when you pull images from there because you want to make sure that you're following the rules, that you're not, using an image the way it shouldn't be and you're giving credit where credit's due. So just be careful when you use those free sites. That's why I like to use Dollar Photo Club because I'm paying for it, so I know it's mine and I know, I'm not stealing somebody's artwork or their images. And then Canva.com is a really cool tool. If you haven't checked it out, it's a website, and that is where I actually create my images. So I'll pull my image from Dollar Photo Club, take it into Canva.com, and then I'll start to lay out my ad. So I'll add, the buttons, the images, and Canva is awesome. So if you're not a graphic designer, I'm not a graphic designer, but it works really well because they've got templates in there that are already made that you can use. And it's to the size that you need. They've got it for Facebook ads. They've got it for your cover photo, for Twitter, for Pinterest. I mean, anything you can think of, they've got it in there. So I upload my picture there and then I lay out my text, my call to action, my little call to action button. So it's a really cool tool, and just be careful because I spent entirely way too much time the first time I got on there. But definitely check it out. It'll really, there's some cool things in there you can do with your images to make them stand out more. So the next thing is our call to action. I know this seems like a simple one, but it does make a difference. And let me tell you, I've tested this too. So I tested a like campaign. I ran an ad where I included the word like in the like ad, and then I ran another one where I didn't include the word like, and the one that included the word like killed the other ad. My cost was about half, and the conversions obviously went up, right? So it really, really, really does make a difference. And like I said, when I started adding the sign up or click here or whatever button onto my images, that made a difference too. So include it in your copy, include it on your images, and then take advantage of those sign up buttons This is a new feature that they've rolled out to Ads Manager. Before, it was only available in Power Editor, and now you have access to it in Ads Manager. And you can pick from sign up or download or shop now. You know, you've got a couple different options in there. But pick the button that works for you, because it's just another place to have your call to action. Okay, so be really clear. Sign up, download, like, whatever you want them to do. Be really clear. Tell them exactly what you want them to do. All right, the next one, and this one I just kind of threw in there because it's something that I see a lot of people don't fill in their link description, which is that little paragraph right there where that pink line's pointing. So your link headline. This is another place you can add your call to action, right? Free webinar, free training. And then below it, you can do the no pitch. Like I said, no pitch, no long boring intro, learn how to use Facebook ads. So I just kind of expanded on what you get when you sign up for this, right? So take advantage of that space. I've actually started to see a lot of ads, and I don't know if they're doing it on purpose or not, where that's completely blank. So I tested it out, and the ads did terribly. So I don't know why you would leave that blank. And maybe it's working for them. And that's the thing with Facebook. You have to test and try everything for yourself, because what works for one company or one person may not work for your business. So test it out. So I tested it, and I did not get good results. But I'd be curious to know if anyone else has tested that and the results that you get from it. So, your link headline and your copy, and I've actually got some other examples of some cool things that I've seen people do with their link headline and link copy. One person did, I like that they put like the spots we're filling fast, sign up now. So there's that urgency. And I've got another example in a minute I'm going to show you. So take the time and craft that, especially that description. So I've got a couple of examples now I'm going to go through. What's working? These are examples. Of course, I'm sure most of you know Amy Porterfield and Melanie Duncan. And if you haven't taken Melanie Duncan's Pinterest training, it's really awesome, especially if you're using Pinterest for your business. So Amy Porterfield, her headline, 7 surefire strategies. Notice she's got that 7 in there. Simple step-by-step system for getting more fans. The biggest mistake to avoid, because nobody wants to make that mistake. Little known easy strategies to use on your website and blog. The one Facebook ad you need to know. So she's not going to tell you every single Facebook ad. It's just she's going to narrow it down to the one that you need to know. So it's not as overwhelming, right? She's got her headline and her call to action on her image, and she's got her link headline and description filled out, right? So she added, join Facebook marketing expert Amy Porterfield for her free training and learn how to get more fans fast. So that's what she decided to put there. And obviously this ad worked really well for her for one of her free trainings. So see how she uses the simple step-by-step, the biggest mistake, the one Facebook ad strategy. So try to incorporate some of that in your copy when you're writing your ads. It'll make a difference. The Melanie Duncan, she has her free training, her free webinar for Pinterest. She tells you exactly what it is. It's on the image, create better pins so they get 80% more clicks. I mean, who doesn't want to get 80% more clicks? That's awesome, right? Schedule your pins so your social media runs on autopilot. Yep, that sounds awesome. So if you want to join me on this free training, just click the image below to register. So that's her call to action. And this is what I love that she did, and I want to test. I actually think this is really cool, and I want to give it a try. She does register now for free with the little arrows that point to the sign up button. So instead of adding more description there, she just has the arrows pointing that way, so your eye goes over to the sign up button. So that's pretty cool. So like I said, there's some cool things you can do with that space, so take advantage of it. Here are 2 ads that I ran that did really well. I used to have a 0 to raving free video course for people that were just getting started with Facebook. So it's for people that don't have a page, don't know where to start, right? Because a lot of people don't even want to mess with Facebook because they just get overwhelmed with it. So this is for you. Like if you get overwhelmed with Facebook, don't worry, I've got you. We're going to make it really simple. So I covered the 3 Facebook fan magnets your page might be missing, how to easily attract your first 1,000 fans. So I try to include as many numbers in there as I can to create that picture, to paint that picture of the results that they'll get if they go through this training, right? The next one I did was really short, really sweet. Ready to create Facebook ads that really work. Grab our 5 best templates here. So, like I said, the copy is really just short, straight to the point. I included the title, but I left off the call to action, and I'm not really sure why I did that, or maybe I tested out another one and this one worked best, but I kept this one really short, really simple. This ad killed it. It outperformed every other ad. So that's why you want to test things out. For the other one, for the free training, you notice I used my headshot, and that did really well. But I've used my headshot for other ads or promotions, and the headshot didn't work as well. It wasn't as effective. So that's why you always want to test. I always start my ads by testing out my images, and then I go from there, because you have so much space with your images that I really think that is what gets people's attention first. So if you've got questions, go ahead, type them in the chat box. Jennifer's asking, how long should you let an ad run before you know if it's working? And I recommend letting them run for like 36 to 48 hours to have an idea. Sometimes after the first 24, you have a pretty good idea of whether it's going to work or not. But after 36 or 48, you definitely know if an ad is going to take off or not. I mean, if you're not going to get any clicks, like nothing, just go ahead and stop it and start over. But if you see that the little your numbers are going up, and the numbers on your graph, it's going up, it's starting to look like a mountain, you've got an ad that might really turn into a great performing ad. So if that's the case, just keep letting it run, because it'll start to get momentum, and it'll really pick up, and you'll see your numbers go up, your conversions go up, and hopefully your costs will go down. So test that out. So that's it for this week. We've reached our 30 minutes just about. So if you have a question about Facebook ads that we didn't get to today, or you've got an idea for a topic that you want to see cover, hop over to our Facebook page, Social Lab Marketing, post it there. If you need anything at all, if you want to reach out to us, our email is hello@sociallabmarketing.com. Like I said, next week we'll be here again, Tuesday at 2 p.m., 11 a.m. Pacific, and we are going to cover targeting. So we're going to dive into how to market to website visitors, anyone that visits your website, your email list. We'll show you how to create saved audiences so you can save time when you're creating your ads. And I'll also show you a really cool trick for finding your target market on Facebook and finding some pages that maybe you didn't even think about targeting, but where your fans are hanging out. So that's it for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. It's awesome. I will see you next Tuesday at 2.